You know, darling, still.
All right, we live. Hold up. Are we live? Yeah, we live. We most definitely
Family,
live.
family, power to the people, man.
Hey, intro. Do the Smurf. I mean, do the intro, Smurf.
What's the intro?
Do the
Any
smart
intro,
intro.
bro.
Welcome. Hey, Dangerous Podcast.
Nigga doing a whole. Why?
I got a little extra beat going on too. You know what I mean?
Well, what the hell is that in the background? Sound like a Prince song going on. What the hell?
Washing machine just beating itself up.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh, damn, I ain't hit the share button. Anyway, man, we live. Another Stay Dangerous podcast, man. I think we done switched the topic at the end of the. In the last 5 minutes. No, you ain't. Hold on, let me pull the screen up. I don't think you froze, good.
Oh, okay.
Nah, you ain't froze. You just looking down. Hold that head up. People need to see your face. You feel me?
I'm trying to share it.
Man,
What that is, that big ass head in the back, Smurf?
the black ass Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Hey, he gonna ease by slow then hurry up like ain't nobody see him.
Like I know some bitches watching, so
That nigga whole full figure and shit. It ain't like nigga, like we don't see you, fam. You might as well stop and say what's up. Hey man,
excuse my language to all the girls that may have felt offended by the B word. You know, all y'all ain't bitches. Man.
Oh, damn, you say bitch.
I did. I said bitch. It just rolled off the tongue real quick. I love all y'all women, man, especially the black women. Y'all are the queens, the goddesses of this earth.
Got that right.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hey, since we on the topic of women, man, y'all see what's going on. Y'all see the topic, man. Are modern women marriage material? All right, so don't get me in trouble. I just so happened to come across this topic, and it's been on my timeline all week long, from different women to the guy that started it all, Mr. Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? So it's a topic I think that need to be discussed, because I'm tired of people giving Kevin Samuels flack, and I don't care what y'all think about that man. He doing
You
a nice.
love that nigga, that boy.
Hey, that nigga Thanos, you feel me?
Don't
He got
care for him. Really don't.
I mean, most people don't, but I mean, we can't knock the information that he's giving out, because it's information some of our fathers should have gave us, and I don't care how people feel about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Very opinionated and very localized to his situation.
No, it's not. His
Uh-oh.
It's
all
very
right.
opinionated.
So this man, all right. Let me pull up. I'm gonna see what his YouTube. I think he had a couple 100,000 people on YouTube, right? So I get he be real hard on women now. Yeah, he got one of them attitudes like me. Like, if you ask a stupid question, I'm gonna give you a stupid ass answer, but I'm gonna be also degrading with it. That's me. But I mean, he got over. His YouTube channel carries 793,000 subscribers.
Because he's rude to women. Yeah.
But if 793,000 people feel the same, then it has to be a core following. Somebody somewhere likes what he's saying, and women included. Like, but let's just break it down. So the topic came from, he had a stream not too long ago about modern women, and they kind of started with one of the videos that I seen where he said, you know, black women don't even like to smile at black men, and it kind of, you know, snowballed from there. And so we just gonna break that topic down and break it open. And I'm glad we got a female on the podcast, my cousin Trusty. Mm-hmm. She ready to give me the business.
I am. I'm trying to let you lay it out.
Hey, she texted me earlier this week, right? And I said I agreed with Kevin Samuels. And she had that mean face. I was like, boy, I know I'm finna get it, boy. You know what I mean? So hey, it's all love. I'm just saying, the nigga right. So
I'm just saying.
let's start it off with a premise. What is considered a modern woman?
Exactly. Let's do that.
What is them?
Because I mean, women been women since the beginning of time. So
No, ma'am.
define what y'all to see as a modern. I mean,
No.
women is a woman is a woman, and
No.
that's what I feel like people need to understand. That we have wants, needs, and things that we just don't feel like doing, just like a man does. And whoever done set aside saying that women are supposed to sit by certain codes. That's that is so out of date. So I guess I'm a modern woman. I guess I'm a modern woman.
So
that's out of date.
It's out of date?
Out of date.
How long grandma been married?
How
long grandma been married?
It's rare.
How long has she been married though?
I don't know. How long she been married?
Grandma been married since we've been kids. Before we
I know,
was
yeah,
kids.
a long time. So very long time.
We talking about 40 plus years. We talking about
So
she's not a modern woman, right?
Her marriage it started in a different time. The world was in a different place. Women was in a different mindset.
So where did that mindset come from?
Break it down, Smurf. What do you feel like? What would you classify as a modern woman?
More of the independent driven. They're more outgoing than they were. I mean, I say personality wise, because it's a level of you don't got men always trying to put women in their place. Now they got more of a level of independence. So now, they don't necessarily have to depend on men for protection and and to provide for them. They can provide for themselves. They can carry guns if they want to. You dig what I'm saying? So now that
is that true protection?
I guess a high level of independence. So now once you make it to where they living situation can be more independent outside of the man.
Right.
Outside of that, they're gonna be more free with their actions, which is okay. But at the same time, I mean, it could also cause a level of dysfunction that of which we have been seeing.
There we go.
Nowadays.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it like this. See, we ain't the same women that our grandmothers were.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen a post, and she said it so beautifully. She said, "We are not like our grandmothers because our grandmothers took us to the side and said, don't do that. don't do what I did, baby. Make sure you do this and make sure you do that." You understand? So because we was pulled to the side and said that, that's where this thinking came from. Them same women. So being that we are in a world now where things are different, where we do have the ability to work for ourselves, like you said, provide for ourselves, and we have that mindset now, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. But what was I fixing to say? I was going to say, why men feel like, I just lost my train of thought. Oh my God. Anyway.
Hey, but grandma also told you to not come out the house a certain way too, but women still do it. So I mean, hey, it ain't like nobody listen to grandma, cause we got babies raising babies and everything else. So grandma told us, but we didn't come sure ain't listen. That's for sure.
That's true. That's what thinking came from those same women. Them same women. But also, y'all ain't like our granddaddies either. That's what I was about to say. Y'all ain't like our granddaddies either.
Let's go.
Y'all don't pay bills like our granddaddies. And look, when I say pay bills, I'm not talking about take care of me and my children. I'm not saying that.
No ma'am. No ma'am. Paying bills is taken care of. You cannot. That ain't separate. Yeah. That is one entity. That's
what I said now. Paying bills, but y'all get upset. Okay, say it's a disagreement or whatever. Y'all get upset. Y'all start going, I ain't gonna do nothing else for her children. I ain't gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Granddad used to get upset. He used to throw the money on the counter to handle that. The things still move. You feel me? He didn't get emotional and then stop, what he did for the family.
So basically, I shouldn't be a man.
Modern men are doing.
So I shouldn't be a man. I should just conform to what the woman is saying and let her be right.
That's what you saying we should do?
No, that ain't what I said. I didn't say that. Rewind the tape. I'm gonna start acting like Kevin Samuels in a minute. Time out. No, ma'am. If you want to be taken care of, right? It's things that come to that. So, clothes need to be washed. My work clothes need to be ironed. Food need to be on the table when I get home. You muted your mic.
What's wrong with you?
I got the.
What's wrong with the man?
Oh, so I got to go.
What's wrong with the man washing the clothes and going in the refrigerator and finding him something to eat?
So
now I understand we have a common understanding. Now that's something that people lack in a relationship. When you have a common understanding, like, okay, since you work this is such amount of hours and I don't work, how about I take care of, I'll do most of the cooking or I'll do most of this. Well, I work just as hard. This whole household I'm in, this 3 bedroom, 2 bath trailer, it's on me, baby. The cars and the insurance is on me, baby. It's on me. So I ain't got nobody to say, baby, you gonna watch this, you gonna put the kids until the night, you gonna make sure they get their homework done. You feel me? So when a guy come into my life, it's gonna have to be a even give and take. We have to be, we have to do this together. You gonna cook some days and I'm gonna cook some days.
But you just said you want men to be like granddaddy, and granddaddy paid all the bills, so it wasn't no give and take with granddaddy.
I want to be able to tell him, look, I need you to get these kids ready for bed tonight, and then you don't feel like, oh wow, I paid the car note. Okay, nigga, you got to drive. We got to live. What you mean? Because when I get mad with you and you leave and you go ride around with your homeboys and you smoke your little Black and Miles and you drink carrying on, I still got to pay the car note.
So do you want somebody like granddaddy or you want a modern man?
Yeah, it sounds like she want a modern man to me.
Because
that's what it sounds like. She described.
You want a modern man, but a modern man can't change the tire. Granddaddy can change the tire. It's
That's why we don't be able to make enough money. That's why I work, so that we can call somebody.
What? So you gonna sit on the side of the road for an hour and a half waiting on AAA to change a flat tire?
I pay for it every month.
Man,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with calling somebody to cut our grass. Because my husband works a whole separate job, so I don't mind calling somebody to cut our grass. I wouldn't expect my husband to do that. If he worked a full time, let me call somebody. You know what? Give me the money, and I'll call somebody to cut this grass. That's how I think.
So you want a modern man, then, right? That's the bottom line of it. So you want him to be able to cook and clean?
Yes. You don't think that a man should be able to cook? Who clean your house right now?
Me.
Thank you. So why would you stop? Because I'm there.
Oh, I ain't gonna stop. That ain't never gonna stop.
That's what I'm saying.
It ain't gonna help me. But hey, Smurf, how old you is?
29.
Can you cook?
Yeah.
Nick.
You up on me? I can't cook.
I mean, I can cook. I mean, I cook the basics. I ain't gonna say I can go and make a whole Thanksgiving spread on your ass. I ain't gonna lie, but you want some spaghetti, corn, and
spaghetti. That ain't cooking, bro. You sound like some of the females, nigga. That shit ain't cooking.
I might, make a
boiling water. Spaghetti is boiling water. That is not cooking.
We're gonna be taco in it, noodle it up.
I put on a little pot roast greens, cornbread, and macaroni and cheese.
Boy, you ain't finna put in no pot roast. Boy, stop that shit.
Man, okay.
If you started off with spaghetti, ain't no way in the hell you already in a pot roast.
Man, listen, man, that's just the go-to, man. If you want to make something real quick, you can finesse it, add your little extra herbs, peppers, you know what I mean? You can finesse some spaghetti a couple ways.
So, for that example, I don't cook. I mean, I can cook to survive. Me and my children obviously surviving. But I don't cook. But I make enough money to pay the insurance this month, or to pay the car note, or that doesn't make up for the fact that I don't know how to cook.
All right.
But at the same time, what Kevin Samuel said, though, stuff like that ain't really attractive to men.
That's what he said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not attractive to men. Like, yeah, you can, explain how independent you are, how much money you got, how, what I'm saying, how you got your bill taken care of, but at the same time, it's like, what really attracts men nowadays? And I feel like because women became so independent and they got that notion that, because I'm so independent, I don't need a man. When y'all finally want one, it's like, we don't really want y'all like that no more, but that ain't what we looking for.
It doesn't leave room for a man to come in and lead either.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this before you go. A woman that can't cook, that shit don't turn me on at all. You'll lose me with that shit, like, cause what I'm gonna go in the kitchen and cook and whip up, you gonna think Chef Gordon Ramsay was sitting in here cooking. You know what I mean? So, but then again too, I don't feel like as an adult, if you can't cook, I don't feel like there's no reason you ain't learned yet, because there's too many YouTube channels, there's too many recipes on TV that you can pull up on Google that you can learn how to cook from. You might not be no daggum, no Chef Gordon Ramsay, but you can cook enough to feed you know what I'm saying, your family. So like that in itself is like a turn off to me, because like if I'm gonna be to work all day, 12, 13 hours a day, and I come home and still got to cook, I mean, what the hell I need a woman in the house for? That's kind of pointless. That's like I'm coming home to a headache.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. So y'all say the same fella, I don't even know his name that y'all talking about. He say that he don't want a woman that does not advance herself.
No, he
Right,
didn't
that
say
doesn't
he didn't say
have-
that.
How you gonna want a 6-figure man when you can't even make 6 figures or whatever, or you
Basically-
ain't even on that
okay.
level?
So-
So we gonna make 6 figures and
Because
stay home and cook and clean.
because most men don't care if you make 6 figures or not.
But you also just say, okay, you don't care if I make 6 figures or not.
No.
So, but he also said when a man gets to that range, he's gonna start looking towards a woman who is more
He
business
never
minded.
said that.
He didn't say that.
No, he's never said that. See,
So I'm confused.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
guess
You got to watch one of his whole streams to
Mhm.
understand like what he's talking about, because like what he's basically saying though is once you get to a certain level or achieve a certain level of success, you're gonna have a certain type of women that come at you, right? So if Becky pull up and Becky's 5'5", 160 pounds with back, but every time this man say jump, she say how high, you think he's gonna go for somebody that's combative, or he gonna go for Becky? The electricity travels through the path of least resistance. So should that man. You know what I mean? It's gonna flow to Becky. You know what I'm saying? So he just basically saying because black women don't even smile at black men, even in public. There's not a warm greeting, you know what I'm saying, energy there. So of course, if I got to come home to that and I done start making 6 figures, I'm not finna stay home. Why would I? I have no incentive to stay home.
So then you're gonna go get a airhead female who don't know you, don't know your roots, don't know your family, don't know where you come from.
What does that matter?
Don't know what you went through to get to 6 figures. Just
What does that
because-
matter? What does that
And
matter?
He can train her.
Thank you. It don't matter. Like, if you don't know me, it don't matter. But how you present yourself and how you carry yourself within the relationship matters. Most people we date nowadays, they don't know you. They don't know where you come from. That don't mean that's what they fell in love with. They fell in love with you as a person. But if, like this one woman was saying, she helped her nigga get 6 figures, whatever, and he left. But my thing is this: you can help him get 6 figures, but if you ain't leveling yourself up, then when he get them 6 figures and he sees somebody else over him that's attractive, he gone. Men think
What
they
you mean leveling yourself? What you mean? What I mean?
because
I'm
most
confused.
like you said earlier, like most women want a provider, right? So
Yeah.
if you help your man get to that providing stage, right? What should you do as a woman to improve you? Because you want your man to improve, so why not improve yourself as well?
See, okay, I'm thinking when you say how would I prove myself? I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna try to make what he make. I'm gonna start my own business. That's what I'm thinking. That's not what you meaning. You thinking okay? So now I'm thinking you mean I'm just supposed to worship the ground this nigga walk on.
No,
It's like damn, I got gold. Like that's just out the window.
no.
Bump that I want to do hair for, like bump that I want to.
Do hair. But again, what does he come home to
That I
outside
want
of
to shine and be noticed, because we as women,
Okay.
we like to be noticed. We like to shine. We like attention. So I'm not supposed to get it from
Right.
you. I'm supposed to just give you all my attention because now
No.
you can't figure.
give your attention to your business, get your shine on, make your money. But what do I come home to? Because if he's taking care of
the
himself,
same stuff you was coming home to before you got the 6 figures.
okay, what was that though?
Whatever made you stay that long.
It could have just been
You know,
some good
like
booty.
he said,
Hey,
the man gonna take the path of least resistance. So maybe you were just giving it up to him at the time. At the same
That's
time, he
deep.
was like, "Well, I can't really go nowhere right now. I ain't got no options. The other little thing don't want me right now, so I'm just gonna stick around and, you know."
Okay, so now I'm just gonna step over her like, ooh, bye.
Some
You know,
niggas-
you can
some-
step when
some
I
niggas-
needed you.
Some niggas do that. I ain't gonna lie, they do that.
That's toxic. He don't need
But
to be
w-
telling nobody that. If that's what he's
Right,
saying.
but one thing about it,
That is toxic. My
but
kids
I'm gonna keep
won't
it.
listen to him.
But
My
I'm gonna
boys,
keep. But look, at the same time, women can do it way easier than men do.
Thank you.
Women ain't got to have that type of bankroll or that type of status to get that. Women naturally get attention from dozens of men
Exactly.
without even trying, just for looking cute in the face, having a nice little body. Women leave men all the time.
That's
You know
all.
what I'm saying? We really have to go harder to keep y'all attention, to keep y'all affection than y'all have to do for
That's
us.
not
So,
true.
what?
What?
Come
What you
on.
That
mean?
really ain't true.
What you mean?
That's the type of female that he's going to try to go get once he start making these 6 figures, because she's going to do
No.
exactly what she's going to train herself to look and act exactly what he's looking for.
If
She's
a-
going to go to the gym for him. She's going to go do these things for him. And then someone else has a bigger bank that's going to approach her. She's going to leave and go to them. But the woman that is sitting in his house, that's feeding him while he's going to school, that's washing his clothes and setting his briefcase out before he go to work the next day, that's the woman who's already, her heart is set. Like, she there. She doing it for
Oh,
him.
we ain't talking about them type of women. We know they solid. Them ain't the women we're talking about. We're talking about the latter, what you were just saying. That other woman is what men usually end up with. Those are the women they usually deal with.
See, I thought he was talking about if like a girl or Instagram baddie try to approach a guy that's making 6 figures. Then I understand everything he's saying. Like,
Yeah, I
of
mean,
course,
but
I
yeah,
agree.
you expect a single 6-figure guy to go to this quote unquote independent. She got all her businesses, but at the same time, she got a couple kids. You feel what I'm saying? Her attitude kind of stink. You did what I'm saying, because she feel like she don't need a nigga no way. She don't cook like that. She might not even have the look that he looking for, so he supposed to just settle for her just because she hard working, got this money. When he got this little bad thing over here that's so appealing to his eye, and women can't lie.
substance.
And one thing about it,
What's-
women, y'all can't lie. Y'all gonna go for that sexy motherfucker too, because at the end of the day, that's usually who y'all choose in the beginning anyway. The little, the edgy bad boy. That's who y'all deal with in the beginning.
He ain't got no substance though.
What you mean? He ain't got no
Granddaddy-
substance.
Let's keep it
The same
real,
thing. She ain't gonna
Maybone.
cook for you. She gonna be wanting to see what you can buy her, what you can do for her.
Man, please, that usually
Nah.
don't get cats in the door.
Because if he makes 6 figures and he looking for somebody that's on his level, then she's gonna be making 6 figures. She's gonna
That
be busy.
depends.
She's not gonna cook. She's gonna be getting to the office. She's gonna be in meetings. She's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, busy, just like him.
Man, most men at 6 figures
She's gonna
don't
be
really look for a
just
6-figure
as
woman.
busy.
They don't really look
Yeah.
for 6-figure women like that. They just look for a bad one. A
So
bad
what
one.
is he looking for?
A sexy woman with a good mind that got something going for herself. She ain't got to necessarily be 6 figures. Y'all, for the most part, look more for a man that has 6 figures in a big bank account. Men don't necessarily look for women like that. It'll be a
That's
plus.
what attract you.
But one thing about it, attraction is a motherfucker. If you
That's what-
sexy on the outside and
Men
your
are
mind,
totally
right, oh
physical,
God.
and that's all
Hey,
I'm saying. That I think
so-
that he gave it.
So he.
I
That's
really do. I think he's homosexual, but that's
no, he's
it.
not, man. Just because a man stands up for himself, now he got to be gay. That y'all don't want men to stand up for themselves no more. Y'all want them to bow down to whatever a woman say. Like, that's crazy.
I don't, but most
Like,
women do. I
Again,
can't-
like I said before we started the podcast, right? What is it? City Girl said broke nigga don't deserve no pussy. TLC said a scrub can't get no love from me hanging out the passenger side of your best friend ride, right?
Right.
We got plenty of songs like that where women say that, right? But when a man stand up and say, hey, look, if you ain't doing this, this, and this, and this, I don't want you. Now he gay or toxic. How the hell? That's a double standard like a mug.
But you're saying double standard. How many rap songs they talk about this bad bitch is bad? Ain't nobody talking about no education.
The TLC was dead on.
No, you need to be on the microphone. You over here.
Yeah, I'm ready to let her get on.
Yeah, let
She-
her talk up here. Don't be whispering on the sideline. Go
Hey.
on, get in the game.
She going outside. But she basically what she's saying, for one, you ain't talking about nothing but looks, but for two, it's just sad because it just sounds shallow. But I mean, that's how attraction starts, right? But you don't talk to somebody that's ugly. You never put yourself out there for somebody that's ugly. So the first thing anybody sees is attraction. Now, what keep a person there is something totally different than attraction. But initially, looks is what gets you to the door. A looks is what gets you knocking on the door with somebody, right? So I mean, of course, it's gonna be looks first.
So it is basically, men are definitely physical. Like,
Oh my!
Oh,
Oh, come on.
How many ugly niggas you done dated?
I like a good ugly nigga. They treat you right. Give me a good ugly one.
Man, I guess what? Cause I guarantee that nigga has some money.
He
You
went
ain't
broke.
dating
I'm
no-
doing
you
I'm
ain't-
broke. I can't do no broke. And the
Oh,
reason I
Say that again. Say that again.
Say it again.
I can't do anything with a man who does not have resources or substance. I
Thank
have
you.
2 children.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
I have
you.
a mortgage.
Thank you.
Okay.
So did I not
can't
just say
carry
that
you
though?
too.
Did I not just say that though? So when a man flips it and say, I make this type of money, if you got this amount of kids, you look like this, your body size is this, I don't want you, that's a problem? How?
I think he's being very, because you don't know what women dealing with their weight. You don't know. It could be hormonal. It could be stress. It could be because they had kids.
But
you
again,
you don't go at a woman because of their weight. So for that point, he is shallow.
But again, you ain't never dated a ugly nigga.
Yes, I have.
How long y'all was together?
About 4 months.
Okay, my point exactly. My point exactly.
But look, but you got to think too. You talking about the insecurity of women when he addressed, you know, their looks and stuff. But what about the insecurity of men when you just said, I don't date broke men? I don't date broke men. You feel what I'm saying? You attacking our natural inclination to provide for women.
Let me tell you why we can't date a broke man. And I say broke meaning he literally does not have a job. Because for one, it is very hard to motivate a man. And when I'm a single mother and I already have children to raise and I have other stuff that's going on in the house, I want to support him, but he has to believe in himself. And a lot of Black men don't do that. They don't believe in themselves. So it's so hard to motivate him. So it's better to get a man. It's more convenient. I'm just going to be honest. To get a man who at least has a job. You can work at McDonald's. Do you know how to save your money? It's not how much money you make. It's what you do with it.
Listen though, right? So when a man wants a wife, he want to come home to somebody that supports him and motivates him. He don't want to come home to somebody that's nagging and aggravating. So even if he ain't got, you can motivate him to get something if he already has that drive. So you mean to tell me when a nigga come home at night after a long day of these racist people on the job, these racist people in the streets, homeboys trying to steal from him, he can't come home to get motivation? That's the duties of a wife in the Bible. Like, come on. Like, that's basic.
He can, but at the same time, he gotta learn. He gotta know how to pick himself up too. Because I gotta pick myself up.
I'm not saying he don't know how, but that's when the leaning into each other comes.
But most guys who don't have a job don't know how to. They feel like, oh, the white man got me down. Man, them people on that job, they acting a fool. They jealous of me. Why ain't nobody jealous of your ass? You better go get that doggone paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I done had a couple folks on the job jealous of me. That's why I ain't working at one on right now. I'm not
ain't that something they say? They jealous of me, man.
But check this out. But check
you know how
this
many times I done sat my pretty little self with my lashes and cried them jokers off in the car before I went and got up and went into work anyway?
If I got to cry before I go to any job, I'm not going.
And that's what I'm talking about. Why not? Why not?
Because it is detrimental to your spirit and your soul. Your kids can feel that energy. If I got to cry before I go on the job, that money ain't good enough. I promise you they ain't paying me good enough to stay there. If I got to cry before I go to any job.
I mean, okay, it's not exactly about, say it's not about the job. Just say you just overwhelmed, stressed with everything else with kids. You might have a sick parent or whatever's going on in your life. And you just stressed out. You're not going to be like, man, I just don't feel like dealing with it. No, I still have to pick myself up, my pretty little self up, and go in there and make this money. And when you find a man with substance, that means he done dealt with that and he know how to deal with that in many different situations, and that he's going to be there with you. He has to. A man that does not have a job, he's like, man, fuck that, I ain't gonna do that, man. You're not gonna sit up under me, sir. You gotta go home.
Yeah, but most men that got means like that, they know they don't have to deal with women that got all those burdens. They're gonna go for the most beautiful woman with less burdens. The man that got it, that's just what it is. Like, how you ain't gonna deal with no broke man who's struggling. A man with means is not gonna deal with the woman with burdens and don't have the means.
That's true.
Hey, but then too, let's think about it though.
That's true.
The pretty boys with no job always get the baddest bitches.
Most definitely.
Not me. I don't like no pretty no. We gonna talk about that.
Oh, they ain't gonna listen. They ain't gonna tell you. They just gonna slide on them every now and again, hit them up.
Thank you.
You know, but we know what's going on.
Ain't nothing gonna happen.
And then later on, when they get older and they know the little young niggas fall off, you know, or treat them like shit. That's when they want to settle down and deal with the square. Mm-hmm. But you wasn't dealing with the square back when you were dealing with Lil Wayne down. You dig what I'm saying?
The nigga that was popping the perks coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning, driving your car to go knock somebody else off.
Y'all like Lil Wayne them when y'all young, but y'all want the square when you're older. But the square done came up now. When he older, he don't want y'all. He ain't want all that shit that come with that.
Square sitting
I'm
on
just
racks
saying, a
over there.
man with substance know how to roll with the punches, and that's why women, they are more attractive to women. That's why we look at them more. It's not that, oh, a broke nigga can't do this, but why are you this far in life and you don't got a job?
But you got to think, man, systematic racism is a real thing. And depending on where they from, like where we from, when I looked at the charts from 1987, I want to say to 2010, the job growth in our area was 0.37%.
Yet black women were still working.
Of course, because y'all not a threat in the job system like a black man is.
And
white men will hire black women because they don't look at you as anybody that's in competition.
Every time they hire a black woman, they get a double thing to scratch off on their list. They hired a minority and they hired a woman.
Facts.
It's a twofold benefit for them in the job system.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. We deal with the same stuff though. We still the black woman and the black girl in the office.
You might be the black girl. You might be the black girl in the office, but I guarantee you get paid more. And you're gonna get hired before your man.
I used to make $300 every 2 weeks, and I still maintained the household. I didn't like it. I did not like it, but I did it. You feel me? And when you find someone that can go through that, that's like, okay, he can go through this, so I can work with him. That's how I see a man with a job versus a man without one.
But who's more than likely to get government assistance? A black woman or a black man?
That's true. We are.
So basically, women got an advantage.
If she allows it to be that way.
What you mean if she allowed it to be that way? It's already set up that way.
Because there are women who allow government assistance to dictate their lives. I'm not one of those women, but there are, and I know them. I've heard having conversations with them. Girl, they're gonna cut my child. They're gonna cut my food stamps. I'm not gonna do this. I ain't gonna work this many hours. I'm gonna, call out because I don't want them to, think I make too much money. Girl, why? You made more money. That's more income for you. Whoop-de-doo. That's good for you. Like, why are you trying to hold on to your food stamps? Why are you trying to hold on? Why are you staying in the projects paying $600 rent? Like, I don't understand that. But they're doing it. They paying $600-700 rent. I pay $700 and I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath trailer. This is actually renting to own. You feel me? Like, you don't have to sit there and it's the girls that do it. So I agree. That's ridiculous to me.
Man, but at the same time, that comes from a lack of education too, because half the time we weren't taught about no real estate, entrepreneurship, investing when we was in school.
No.
So now you got to bring a person that's been raised on 9 times out of 10 government housing too.
Right.
That's been raised on just get you some money and go get you a little regular job and you can pay your bills and get by. But they don't tell you need to own a business. They don't tell you need to have multiple sources of income.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends on so much with that it ain't even funny. But it's like it's what you taught for one, but for two, I don't think we as a generation are taught to be wives and husbands. I think we have to learn that shit on our own.
Yeah, we do.
And I think that's the bigger issue too.
Yep. It's all in and that's another thing, going back to the man, how I feel like the man who don't have a job, it's not about it ain't about the systematic racism. That's been but niggas is making it. Why you ain't one of them niggas? Why you ain't one of them niggas?
It got to be motivated though. It take a special kind of nigga to deal with a lot of that shit.
So who motivated me to get my own place and
your kids?
Because I had a child?
Yes.
It's dudes out there with kids still ain't doing it.
Get what? They ain't at their house.
Yes.
I guess that makes the difference.
That's what I'm saying.
In the house,
like,
I guess.
Men's motivation is totally different than the females. Your
motivation. So that's why
motivation.
we get assistance, because he's chilling here with us.
Stats prove that men are better at raising kids than women are.
And I know a lot of single fathers. A lot of single fathers.
Yeah, but
really do.
I'm just saying, like, the system is pitted against the man for one. But let go back a little bit, right? So when you talking about different standards, why is it that men can't have standards though? Because I'm still blowed about that. Cause he want
I
his
mean,
woman
they
to look a
can.
certain way.
I
So
mean, they can. It's just when you go nitpicking, like, I mean, everybody got their preference.
what you mean
You know?
nitpicking? Why
Like,
is that
she got to
nitpicking?
be, if a man who is wealthy wouldn't be attracted to a woman who is over 150 pounds, whatever. I feel like it's very shallow for a man to think that way if they do,
But you want a nigga with a
because
you want a
it
nigga with
could
a
be.
bank? That ain't shallow.
I ain't say that, but I mean, most women.
It's the
That's
double
how they
All
standard.
stay
women.
at home.
It's the double
All.
standard for me though. Like, come on, like if I got standards and you don't
Yes, I
agree with
do
them,
want him to have a bank. It could be BB&T, but he need a bank. Shoot. You got direct deposit?
what?
One thing about
I'm
it,
not
man, let's just keep it real. It has all stemmed down to the poor choice in your mate. Too many women, especially black women, because the narrative of what was the quintessential black man in our society that was supposed to be the one to raise the father, changed from being the hard-working, come home, take care of the family, the bills man, because they took that away
It's the man.
by making women more independent. It
Mhm.
created another void for this other male to jump into, the modern male, which is the flashy, I'm gonna look rich before I'm actually rich, the irresponsible, dope boy, I don't give a damn type attitude cat
Mhm.
to that most women are attracted to now. And a lot of that has to do with media.
Yeah.
A lot of women chose that dude. They had children with that dude. And that dude can't provide.
You still chose that dude.
Nope.
So
No, I didn't.
now that we 10, 20 years later, those women who, what I'm saying, chose, the fake flashy nigga,
Who's what?
want the settle down nigga. The square that the nigga that was the square back in the day most of the time who got his bag together. But now it's like, damn, niggas can't do that. Once a nigga get that bag, nigga like, let me check my options first before I can.
So let's go back to the root of what you said.
Yeah.
All those guys, all
You still chose.
that man that was in the house
didn't have
taking
to,
care of
you
the
still
kids,
chose.
whatever, for whatever reason, he might have did his thing. Now, grandma never said granddaddy didn't never cheat.
Oh yeah, he
But
want that
granddaddy
more
was
than. Hey,
home.
look.
But
As far
granddaddy was
as
home. Granddaddy didn't let nobody disrespect his house. Which
exactly.
whoever was in the house, grandma didn't nobody disrespect grandma. His kids was taken care of, even though he might have seen Susan May on the other road, but he probably had children with her.
But at the
she
same
got a little
time,
bit, and
you
his
got
house
to-
was taken care of.
the thing is though, the modern flashy nigga wasn't as responsible as OG was. OG was built on responsibility and hard work. So even though he
So
may
it's
have
the
been doing his
man's
thing,
fault.
he was responsible. A
It's
lot
the
of women
man's
chose irresponsible niggas.
It's the man's fault. The man stopped being responsible.
I mean, not all
The man
men. The
stopped
men
being
y'all
responsible. Don't
chose
do
was
that shit.
irresponsible.
What the hell? How the hell the man stop being
He
responsible?
stopped being responsible.
He stopped being
handling his
responsible because motherfuckers
responsibilities.
want to getting food stamps. And because a woman got food stamps, the man can't be in the house. So therefore, you kick them
just
out.
because she was eligible
Then
for food stamps, she was not like, you can get
no,
out of my
man.
house, 'cause I don't need you because I got food stamps. That is not how it went.
Listen.
That is
why-
not how
okay.
it went.
Oh, okay, Miss Modern Woman. Why you feel like you don't need a man right now?
I never said I need a man. I ain't never said I didn't need one. I want a man. I know a man. But I never said I didn't need a man. But could I live without one? I'm doing it. Yeah. And I'm doing it with no government assistance, thank God. But I'm doing it. I don't necessarily, and I feel like a man in my life would be more for me.
More for you. What about your
It wouldn't
boys?
be like, I feel like my boys, I mean, of course he would be a role model for me because he's a man. I can't be a man. I can't scratch my nuts in the morning. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? They need to see that in a man. I can't be that. But I raise my kids to the best of my ability. So I feel like if I do get a man, he will be, my preference. I'm not looking for a father for them. So they got a father. They got a daddy.
They need a role
Their
model.
daddy. Yeah, they do. I agree.
So you still looking for a father for them, like regardless.
Yes. So I'm not one of them women that say they don't need a man.
But see, my stepdaddy was a father to me. So like, like however you look at it, it's still gonna be their father in the same household.
Right.
So you just gonna have two
Right.
daddies. That's the only benefit. You know what I mean? So how you? I don't know. So do you smile at me when you see him in the store?
Do I smile at? Oh yeah, I don't meet no strangers. I definitely do. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of the women who have resting bitch face. I smile at everybody, but there are a lot of women who do that, and I don't understand why. That would be a question for another female because I don't understand why.
Okay, they don't like them old ugly ass thirsty niggas. That's all.
I think it's because they're hurt. I really do think it's because it's just hurt. I think it's just hurt with dealing with previous relationships. This is my man. Move that. This is my son. I think it's hurt just with dealing with previous relationships, and it's just like it's a waste of time because, like you said, this flashy dude now is what's common in the household. He flash for his friends. He seems like he got a lot of money, but when it come down to it, the thing ain't got no substance. He can't keep a job. He don't know how to get up in the morning and be like, you know what? Yes, I am a black man trying to make it in corporate America.
Guess what you said though.
He don't have that. He don't have that motivation in him. He don't have that get up, go gusto. Like I'm gonna make this check at the end of the week. This what you said though. This what you said. In the household, y'all let him in the household. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I don't have my
virtual high five,
That's true. That is true.
How you mad at the man that's like, okay, well, I don't want to let you in the household unless you like this. When you let that nigga in the household, he fucked up your shit. And now it's every man fault with the man that you chose.
Thank you.
I
got to pay for all his transgressions. What the fuck?
Yeah, like
I'm paying the wrong debt.
That is true. That is true. You have to take responsibility, ladies, for allowing these men to come into your life because the more that you give in to his glitz and glitter, you hurt yourself.
Choice you made.
Yeah, you feel me? One thing about it, women, y'all can do y'all thing. You feel me? End of the day, everybody go through their phase, but the same way you said men need to be responsible.
Yeah, they do.
Women need to be responsible. Be more responsible.
That's true. And we do need to be more responsible for our actions and the men that we allow in our households. That is so true around our children.
I got a question.
To lead our houses.
You keep saying you want a man with substance. What is substance to you?
Resources.
That ain't substance. That's shallowness.
That is substance.
That is not substance. No, it is not. How is that substance?
Resources.
Oh, bro, that's our nature, bro.
You can get stuff done because. Okay, well, I understand because I'm maintaining, so that means I have my own money. I'm talking about resources. You know how to get things done, taken care of.
Like what?
Just be resourceful.
Look, man, it's the men. Listen, women have problems. Men, we are supposed to have solutions.
That's right.
Right, but
That's
what is?
right. We're supposed to have solutions.
But what is the substance? What is the substance?
The solution to my problem.
So what?
I need somebody to see about these boys. I need somebody to help me with these boys.
So do you have any solution?
Okay, boys. Get enough for your mama.
So do you have any solution to his problems?
Yes.
I think she was referring to more.
Yes.
So yeah.
I'm his help. I'm helping you. Like, if you here, I'm helping you. You feel me? But let me tell you, most dudes will move into your house, don't want to pay nothing, and then
don't say most.
It's most.
You can't say most though.
It is most. It is 67-something%. Most dudes will sit up under you and will not offer to help you because I'm afraid she gonna use me for my money. What? Ain't nobody worry about your money.
You just said you wanted a nigga with money though. You just said you wanted a nigga with a bank. Did you not? You just said you wanted somebody with a bank. So of course he's gonna feel like that because you led with that. That's what you led with. That was your first instinct.
So I led by paying my own bills before I met him?
No.
Needy and begging?
Begging? No. You led with, I need a nigga with money. So, of course, that nigga gonna feel like you using him for his money.
But look, now I'm talking to a dude. I'm talking to a dude. You in here now. You in here now. When you staying at my house every night, you in here now. Mm-hmm. You know these lights don't come on by the grace of God. Why you ain't offered to pay no bills? Why do I have to ask you?
Listen, that's a sucker.
That's right. Money is needed regardless. Why do I have to ask you to pay a bill and then when I ask you, I think you trying to use me for my money. Georgia Power using me for mine.
I feel that.
Like, why? It's understood. What's understood don't need to be explained, but yet we have to. But when we express that, these your kids here, you know what I'm saying? You live here, your name on the lease, my name ain't on your lease. Well, bye.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do.
Broke ass. That's what
You got to stand on that.
that.
You just got to stand on that then.
Exactly.
If you can't get mad if you don't stand on your word, because clearly you let the nigga overstay his welcome, because by the time he get to that point, he probably been standing for probably a couple weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So now you got to go
now
there.
is this not supposed to ask? You to
no,
pay
but
no bills?
that's something that should be required before he even enter the household, though. That's something that should be talked about before y'all even so-called move in together.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never did no shit like that. Like, I ain't built like that. I can't.
Y'all ain't giving me no answers.
What?
Y'all ain't giving me no answers.
All right,
Why
you
do we
start
have
with
to
Maybach
ask you?
first. Start with Maybach.
Answer for what? What you want to answer for?
Why do I have to ask? Okay, you've been here for 3 weeks. You've been staying over here every other night. We've been Netflixing and chilling, whatever. Why do I have to say, can I have some gas money? Or can you give me $20 or the kids need some cereal? Mom, you got some cereal? Oh, I feel like getting up. Why I got to get up and go get my children some cereal when you hear them say, oh, never mind, let me go to the store and get some cereal.
Because for one, they're not his
let
kids.
me take your fucking trash out. Let me start, you know what I'm saying? Let me vacuum your car out. Or let me put some gas in your car for the week. Like, why I gotta ask you for that?
God damn.
But you've been here for weeks. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so most people ain't built like that. If you don't ask, you're just not gonna get it. What you got a opinion for? Most men ain't built like that. Most men don't. I ain't gonna come out and initially say that. They gonna see a lot of niggas are very manipulative. You know what I mean? I've been around a bunch of them, so they gonna try to use you to what extent. But that's something you should have been figured out before y'all even started Netflix and shit and chilling, huh?
Okay, so how okay.
How does he treat his homeboys? How does he treat like the niggas that he hanging out with?
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like, how does he even treat his kids? Do he be around his kids? Do he go get them?
How he treat his mama?
I mean, yeah, but women take that out of context too, because they don't understand. If he treat his mama well, you want to call him a mama's boy, but not understanding that's how he gonna treat you.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I was always told, see, watch how he treat his mama.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's different telltale signs, but that goes into asking questions and stuff too, though.
So
like,
if you've been there, say you start feeling this girl though, like you start to feel her, and you know you in her house. Yes, her name is on the lease. Yes, her name on the light bill. Yes, everything in the house is in hers. Yes, this is her children here. What stops you from saying, okay, well, I'm going to help you? We're dating. Okay, we're dating, but you are here.
Cause you know how many men get used by that. It's a men.
Not if you offer. If you offer, I'm not asking you at that point. Now, if you ain't doing it, I'm gonna ask
say that though.
I'm gonna give you $1 amount. Like, I need $250. I need $300. Instead of you just saying, I'm just gonna put gas in your car. Oh, thank you, baby. You trying?
I said that's the type of dude. That's the type of dude that y'all chose to deal with. The irresponsible cat. He was flashy enough to get in your house, but you ain't doing enough homework on him to understand that he wasn't really that type of responsible dude to take that initiative in order to provide for certain bills, offer, you know what I'm saying? Certain.
He ain't had no job, so he ain't had no resources. So that's why I shouldn't even give him the time.
Yeah, you shouldn't have gave him the time. We ain't denying that. That's what women want. We know that.
I mean,
you feel me? Our whole point was when Kevin Samuel said, when we want this, this, and this out of our women, y'all shouldn't get mad at that. Especially when we got 6 figures. You feel me? When we got that bag, we got options. But we ain't got the bag, we ain't got too many options. So niggas gonna use the only option they got. Flash in order to get manipulation, in order to get into the door.
Right.
We can't help that y'all chose them niggas. You feel me? And a lot of us ain't gonna deal with the backlash off of that damn catastrophe. So when we want women to step their game up, y'all got to understand the situation.
That's too going to understand too that the dudes that you dealing with might have been hurt as well.
That's true.
So if he been ran through the mud, you think he just finna just offer his pockets up?
But why is you here then? Why you ain't taking us to go get rooms then?
Why
you ain't driving your car? Like, why you ain't bringing food over? Why you eat my food?
What is the standard that you set for him to initiate the conversation? Did you invite him over? Or did you say, hey, I don't want you around my kids until I know you?
So I can't invite him over. Like,
what I'm saying though is,
because I don't want to go buy him food. Like, why don't you go on cooking tonight?
What I'm saying is, let's just say for instance, right? He said, I want to come chill with you. Like, well, shit, I ain't finna bring nobody new around my kids. Like, we can go get a hotel room or something, go out and get something to eat.
Yeah.
That's cool, but you've already established a boundary. If you let that nigga come
Okay.
over and chill, and then Netflix and chill, you don't open the door that you necessarily don't want to be open because you don't know who he is yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain levels to opening the door, but I mean, it is what it is. Some
That
people
makes
just
sense.
open doors, and niggas gonna fly in.
Man, all they just want to simp and a rapper body. That's all it is, bro. They want to simp in a rapper body, in an athlete body. A nigga that's gonna blow the check, ain't gonna think about it. You feel me? He got all the flashy looks from all the famous people that they see on TV.
We got
You know?
got a pair of Jordans in the
That's
closet.
really good, man. That's really good advice. You know,
Man, that's
mean,
what most
basically,
women
we
want
got to-
nowadays.
we got to be the control of the relationship, I guess.
One thing about it, as men, we coming up, unless you was that cat that was just getting all the play. A lot of men were scavenging to try to, you know what I'm saying, get some.
Them 2 a.m. late night calls, you better not tell
You did what I'm saying,
nobody.
with scavenging, you know?
Right.
So, hey, shit. One thing about it, hey, you can't get mad at us. Now that niggas finally understand that they value
I
when
know.
our value was taken away from us for so
Hey,
long.
y'all can't be writing whole paragraphs in the comments now. We can't read all that.
Oh, what we got? What we got?
God. There is no sincere responsibility or care because it should be known without asking.
She was talking.
We're not mind readers. We don't know what you need or want. Ask. Simple.
But then we asked,
What's hard about
I
it?
think she's trying to use me for my money because these ain't even my kids. So I'm go get them some cereal, man. These ain't my kids. I had a
Right.
dude tell me that before.
What'd he say?
Really? Oh, you want me to be telling them, man, them ain't my children. You want me to go get them some cereal and stuff and see what they want to eat, man. Them ain't my kids. Bye, nigga. But he was the type that wouldn't pump my gas either. And we used to fuss at the gas pump. He'd be like,
At that
He
nigga,
like-
oh,
I used to pull up at the gas pump and sit there like this.
what?
And then he used to be like, man, I'm gonna do it this time, man. This ain't my car, man. Oh, you ain't finna pay at my stuff. You finna go. What you mean?
I'd
Yeah,
have-
he was one of them types.
I'd
that
have
would
that
not
nigga,
pump my
I'd have had that
gas.
nigga walking home. What you mean?
Period.
Like,
He didn't last long.
nah,
Already picking your behind up.
damn, you went wrong
I
right
didn't
there.
gotta go
You just
pick you
went
up.
you just went against
You know what I'm
everything
saying?
right there. You talking about you already picking him up. You better pick him up. No, he ain't got no job. Huh? See,
Oh, man. They know
Hey.
what they want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you in on something too, right? So me and my homeboys are coming up and we started choosing women. If she was walking, we wouldn't talk to her.
So she ain't had no resources. She ain't had no resources.
She ain't have nothing. If she was walking,
Exactly.
if she was walking, we know she was a good late night creep. That was it. Same thing with a man. You walking, you ain't got no car. Where you work at? Nowhere. End the conversation.
Right. You
Can't
know,
even get your
Unless-
phone number.
I have no
Unless,
use for you. You
unless
have
he
no
look like money.
And you can look like money, smell like money, but by the time you get through walking, you gonna smell like musk. I mean, that shit ain't
That's
gonna
all we've been trying to say.
You know
You
what I
have no
mean?
resources.
Hey, one thing about it, man. Look, even though I respect what Kevin Samuel be saying, I wouldn't necessarily advise most guys who want to learn how to deal with women to learn all their game from him because you know what I'm saying. You can tell he came from a hurt place dealing with women.
I mean, he's been divorced twice too. So
yeah, you feel me? He ain't really
know,
got the game. You feel me? He ain't got that game. You did.
it's some level of hurt in all men, like it's some level of hurt in all women. And if you dealing with somebody, you got to unpack those bags and deal with each individual situation to see if you want to deal with somebody. You know what I mean? But I think people build relationship. I think people that build relationships, you have to ask tough questions before you start a relationship. That's one thing that my counselor told me after me and my ex Tasha broke up. She said you got to ask the tough questions from the get go, and that's one thing that I learned. Hey, I'm gonna tell you another piece of game she gave me. Never go out at night with your new person. You never go out at night and you don't get nothing to drink. She's been married for like 40-something years. And I asked her why, because nobody had ever told me that. So I said, why? And she said, because when you drink, you start doing other things. And at night, you really don't see who the person is. You know what I'm saying? But in the daytime, ain't no drinks involved. You get a full, clear picture of who that person is. You know what I mean? So, like, she was like, if you dating somebody new, make sure you go out at 12 o'clock noon. If they get a drink then they might be an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying?
She was telling all the women.
Yeah.
She was telling all the women out there, don't fall for that good dick ain't shit nigga because he got you drunk. That's basically what she said.
You get a slizzard and slide in. You feel me?
Yeah, man. That's the women fall for that good dick ain't shit nigga.
Right.
Hey.
People have, different motives, at clubs and at night and carrying on. So, don't be looking for love at night in the club.
Trying to make love in this club. That's what Usher said.
Well, let's keep it real. That's what most of our people live for. They live for the club.
But you know what? That's how a lot of relationships are formed in our community too. Because I've seen people that meet in the club and been married for years and years and years. But I mean, like, I think there needs, when you start dating people, there needs to be some type of social thing that happen, but not no damn club. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be like, let's go get IHOP pancakes at 10 o'clock in the morning, and let's have a conversation. But asking those tough questions like, how do you feel about kids? What do you want me to do? Like, how do you expect your man to act and stuff like that? Like, how much liquor do you consume in a week? How much weed do you smoke in a day? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to ask those questions. How you feel about kids? I got 2 of them.
Right.
Or me, how you feel about kids? I got 3 of them.
That's right.
You like kids? You trying to have some more kids? Like, all those questions got to be asked. And if you don't ask those questions, then you end up in a situation where, oh, I got this old no good nigga on the couch. If the dude been out of work, how long you been out of work? Oh, 2 months, I lost my job due to da-da-da, whatever. Or the nigga say 3 years, I ain't found no job yet. Damn, boy, you got a record? You got domestic violence on your record? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's it's websites and different apps right now that you can like Google people's name and it'll tell you all their information. Like they background information, whether they've been arrested and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what kind of credit you got, Shawty?
Oh, that's a good one there. To all the fellas.
I got
That should be
that
should be one of your first questions, right there. What that credit talking about?
Yeah, because
I know y'all ain't talking when most dudes don't even want to file their dog on taxes because they got child support and stuff.
I mean, that's the
hold up.
cat that you talking about. Them the ones that y'all wanted in the beginning.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, child support is a different beast. Like, women don't understand that shit, but child support is a different beast. And I'm gonna tell you why a lot of black men don't like child support. Because the first thing I thought about, now you got these crackers in our business. For real.
Mm-hmm.
For what? Are we not grown enough to deal with these kids? Are we not grown enough to, you know what I'm saying, delegate? Now you're gonna go to somebody that say the woman deserves 33% of my check because she got the kids. And in order for the man to get the kids, you got to prove she's an unfit mother. On top of about $5,000 worth of lawyer fees. It is a hole for a man to deal with child support. Ain't no love in that shit. They take everything. You know what I mean? So, hell yeah, we be pissed about child support, and I'm one of them. I don't think that shit should be involved. Because if it wasn't for child support, a lot of these women wouldn't have baby by these rappers either. Or these so-called balling dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason they do it. Oh, I know he's straight. You know what I mean?
That is.
So, like,
I agree with that. I mean, I agree that child support, if you can be adult enough to work it out, then child support is not necessary. I really do believe that. Like, I do get child support for my children, but that wasn't he literally told me to do it. He put himself on it. I told him not to because I feel like we can get something notarized, you know what I'm saying? And I can just take it to court, tell him he notarized it, but he didn't want to do it that way. So I can't, get that.
Child support is a damn scam. They don't care what nobody say. Cause
I can, a lot of girls use it for evil.
Child support say, you make this amount of money, we gonna take this. But not only are they taking that money, they cut them. Like, say if you pay $500 a month in child support, that whole $500 don't go to your kids. Child support take a cut off of it, and then what's left over, that's what the kids get.
Yeah, they do.
Man, that shit crazy.
It is. I agree. I
don't even want to talk about child support no more. That shit give me the highs.
Yeah, don't even.
Yeah,
Like,
PTSD right now.
Let it go. No, we ain't talk about child support no more.
Fuck that shit though, boy. Child
Let
support.
it go. We can't talk about child support.
Man, sorry, motherfucker.
So the moral of the day, right? As far as like, are women? What we talking about? Are women marriage material?
Or
Our
modern women
modern
married.
women married.
Hey,
Modern
I'm
women.
gonna say this too though, right? Because grandma them, I want to discuss this part of it too. Because even though grandma them, she might have been cooking and cleaning or whatever, you ain't never see grandma pull up to that man's job about no side piece. No matter what was going on, she didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, didn't.
Like, so when a nigga was hurt, grandma took care of that. You know what I mean? So like, in a modern woman, am I gonna get that when I come home, or am I gonna get, oh, it's your turn to cook, it's your turn to do this, it's your turn to do that, and I'm bombarded with a whole nother job when I get home?
It ain't that it's your turn to. It's not like we're trying to bombard you. It's just that it's been said by many households before me that the woman need help. I need help. Yes, we got kids. Yes, we decided to have these children together, whatever, come together. But I can't do all the cleaning by myself. I'm not made like my grandma in that area. So I'm gonna need you when you get off work. When I get off work, I'm gonna need you to put a load of clothes on. When you know the boys need stuff washed, you know the trash need to be taken out. You know they ain't bathed. You need to tell them to go get the tub. You need to do those things, and then
Right.
you can be stressed. And then you can de-stress. You know what I'm saying? But there's kids gotta get fed, the house need to be clean, we need to organize, reset for tomorrow. Then you can de-stress. Understand that. That's all I'm trying to do is just get a man to understand that you got stuff to take care of before you de-stress. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Why do men think there's something wrong with that?
Most
And
men
that
really
night
don't.
you may be having to be the one to get dinner that night.
The thing is, most men don't necessarily have a problem with that, but at the same time, the men with means just ain't dealing with women like that.
At all.
You know, that's you know what I mean. They the type of women they
And
want.
that's where the rule came from.
But guess what though?
Yeah.
I done
It's like
been,
women do not feel protected.
but I done been around couples. I done been around couples, both making six figures, and that woman still took off her job to come bring him something to eat for lunch. When he got home, she said, "What do you want cooked?" And they got kids.
Well, who does that for her?
They do it for each other.
Yeah.
She'll be in the mall and call him, "Hey, I see these pair of shoes. You want some?" He's like, "I don't really care. You know, you just got to give me an outfit or something to wear with it." And she got him. You know what I mean? It's that level of security. Like, no matter what's going on, I'm straight. So, what are you asking from your man? And can you provide the same thing? Because if you asking something from me, you got to be able to reciprocate it. That's what most people like looking for and want.
And then we got to keep it G too. Like it's already that should be strike three when the man moving in with you. Cause real man ain't about to move in with no woman. Straight up, it's either I'm gonna have my own shit, and you have your own shit, and then we eventually get to a situation where we move together. But men, nah, that's a sign of weakness. You don't move in with your
I've
woman,
heard that
cuz.
before.
That's a
I've heard
sign
that
of weakness.
before.
Go deep on that,
That's a
Smurf.
sign of weakness.
Yes.
Go deeper on that.
Explain.
Because like as men, we are supposed to protect and provide. By you moving into the house of the woman, you are in a sense saying, I'm really not providing that good for myself. So I'm gonna go in to her space and she's in a sense providing shelter for me. You supposed to have your own shelter, nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Women got to understand that too. Stop moving in these bum ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? And excuse me to all my brothers out there, all y'all ain't niggas, but y'all know who I'm talking about. You feel
Okay,
what
so
I'm saying?
when you move into her house because you want to be there because you moved in there, why won't you just help
Because you should have known out
until
the
y'all
gate that
can save up enough to move into y'all's together?
because you should have known at the gate, like you said, you want a man with means. Clearly you knew that man didn't have the means, so you should have let him get on his shit outside of getting in your house before you let him in your house.
I can't.
Women need to
I
understand,
don't agree
y'all.
with that one.
It should be men, y'all moving in the house together, or men, where y'all moving with the man.
I get it. I get it, dog. But I don't agree with it at all.
Cause you want a man to move in and provide in the house that you set up.
Yes, because you here. This already was
Like
done.
what for
But
me?
that's a weak man.
But for me, what difference? What difference does it make on what house we in? Whether you got the house first or you coming to mine? What
Because
difference does it make?
who protects and provides? The man or the woman? Who's
Man.
expected to protect and provide?
But once you
Right.
go to that household, are you not providing because you going half on these bills, or you taking over these bills? Is that still not
Even
the
though
same
it's in
thing?
my name.
Yeah, like
Listen what I'm saying. A man with means is not moving in with no woman, cuz.
we ain't talking about the 10%. We talking about
I'm
average.
you
we talking
speaking
about
in-
Joe Blow. I'm talking about Joe Blow. We talking about
Joe
the nigga
Blow
across
is,
the
guess
road.
what? Guess what? Women don't want Joe Blow. Joe Blow is broke. The average man is broke. Women
Okay,
don't
but what
want
I'm
broke
telling you
men.
But
is that I have came in contact with those guys, and I would say about 60% of the guys that I've met have said that to me. Trust me,
What
this
was
is your house. These your kids. You already got this set down. Man, what I look like coming in here and doing this. You look like my man.
Okay, so you knew he had the means before you let him in the house?
He didn't have a house. I had a house. So we moved in. He moved into my house.
did he have his own
What-
crib, or was he staying with somebody else?
No. He was staying with his mama. That's what they usually do.
Exactly. He didn't
Okay,
have
so
the means.
explain.
Hey,
so why can't he get a job and then want to help me with mine? Why
Like I
would he say
said,
something
that's
like,
a because you done took away the man's inclination to provide. You
Right.
have the provisions. He's adding to your provisions. When the man is
He
supposed to have his
said
own.
Huh?
Huh?
go ahead.
That's a weak man. You want a strong man. A weak
He
man
said,
that has
if
to go.
I pay a bill in him, I'm just paying your bill. I'm paying your light bill.
That's a weak man. The fact that
When
he because the
Because
fact
of
that
any-
he moved in
Well,
with you
nigga,
with the
get him in your
bigger
name
side that he
then.
weak.
Think about this from a man's perspective too. At any time, you can kick him out, and his name ain't on that lease. He got to go
That's
back home
something
to
else
his
he was
mama.
like. I be gonna pay your rent and you kick me out.
Exactly.
And now a man with means wouldn't even get mad at that. If he had it for real, he wouldn't get upset about that. He'd be like, "Oh, I just go to my little spot around the way."
But it doesn't
You-
make it
you
good
alright,
to
baby,
have
you
right
good.
that he feels that way.
The only reason,
Because you stay here for 30 days. I had to pay for them 30 days, so you pay for your 30 days.
But that means you dealt with a weak man.
I agree. That's why I dealt past tense gone. You feel me?
But what I'm saying though too is I've seen relationships start off like that, and they're married for 30-something years, bro. It depends on the caliber of person you are, or the caliber of person you dealing with as well. I don't think it necessarily make you a weak man, but like it.
Listen, I'm not saying you weak all across the board.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying I don't know how to categorize that. I'm not gonna say it's gonna make you a weak man, but I think that takes a level of maturity on both parts as well.
No,
Like-
bro, listen. I'm a just the kill all the confusion.
Okay.
You feel me? Because right now, women know what they want. They want a man that can come through, and for the most part, he can take care of all the bills if he wanted to. That's what they really want. But at the same time, at least they want to bring something to the table to where they pay on this, pay on that. But at the end of the day, they want a man that can protect and provide and also spoil. Let's just cut out all the games. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, women, if a man move in with you, that is a
Right.
tall tale sign that is a weak man, and he is not going to be able to provide efficiently for you in whatever situation you got going on.
I can. Now, how you just put it, that makes sense. Because I knew he was staying with his mama. I knew he didn't have his own, so he didn't know how to pay rent. He didn't have a job to sustain himself, so he couldn't help me.
That's
Where you
three. So
meeting these
mama
niggas at,
couldn't pay
man?
rent,
Like,
ain't
what-
got no job.
Where you meeting these niggas at the corner store or something?
I met him at Walmart.
You met him at Walmart. You need to look at his shoes first. If his shoes look real worn,
Yeah.
But he was.
Nah,
he
you
was
can't do
actually
that,
working.
cuz.
why you
He
can't?
was actually working there. He was, but long.
He was working though.
Yeah, he was doing the maintenance, like he was painting. But anyway,
The
He working.
reason I say you can't look at the shoes and stuff, because at the end of the day, a nigga can get flashy to get some ass now.
Nah, see, you got to look at how the shoes were worn and all this other shit. That nigga got creases in the top of his shoes, the back of his heels worn a different way.
And nigga
Yeah,
go,
they was
hey,
like,
nigga,
come
iron
on,
them
bro.
guys out, put the paint on there.
Hey, but most
Nigga
cats
get
don't know.
fresh.
Hey, most
Yeah,
cats don't
you
know about
know.
that though. Most cats don't know about that, how to get them creases out them shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
I ain't really know. I'm not materialistic. Even though I am a Libra, I'm not really materialistic, so I don't look at what a dude got on.
You a Libra.
Now,
What
most women are,
what my
I'll
chart
at least give y'all 50% materialistic now.
Now you can't be stinking. Stinking is a different term. You can sit over there and holler at me from the truck. Hey, beautiful, from the truck, cause you stinking. Don't come up on me stinking.
But I mean, I feel like modern women for the most part, if we go by the old age standard of marriage, then no, most women aren't
Not
married.
going
Marriage
to
is
work
serious.
this day.
So
It's
now
not
we just
going
have to
to work.
we just have to upgrade the game. So what is the
You
new?
have to.
You
That's the
know,
whole conclusion of this whole thing. You can't
Mhm.
say a modern woman because this is 2021. It's not the
Oh,
time.
that's what I meant to say too, though. Statistics say that it take at least two people to run a household as well, like financially wise, right? And most people still living below the poverty line if it's two people in the house. You know what I'm saying, taking care of a household. So
Mhm.
you got the other stat to say the average black family got less than $8,000 in savings as well. So it's a big financial component to a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And every relationship needs money, but are you willing to help build to a level? You know what I'm saying? So that y'all both can get money, or do y'all have that type of understanding? It's a lot. It's a lot that go into it, but initially, it just depend. It depends on the approach. It
I mean,
depends
but
on a
I mean,
lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
let's look at it like this. We know as black people, because we looking at it from a black perspective. Black women financially in the job sector have the advantage over us because of who dominates the job sector. You feel what
Right.
I'm saying? That's already understood.
And women look out for women on the job too. Most black men don't look out for other black men on the job.
Because we more
No, they
competitive than women
don't.
by nature. We more competitive than women by
You don't
nature.
hear, y'all don't be listening when we come home. Be talking about our coworkers. Somebody them we look out for each other. No, we don't, and it's sad, but we don't.
Yeah, women, y'all get real cutthroat. I don't seen it myself. Lie.
But they gonna look
Y'all
out for their
honestly don't.
homegirl though. They might be
I mean,
cutthroat with you, but they gonna look out for their homegirl.
that's the homie, man. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. They're gonna look out for other women. Most black men don't do that. They don't.
Yeah, but even
Why
then,
not?
they don't even.
Y'all
Most of us don't even get in a position to do that.
Y'all need to have a meeting and talk about that.
Man.
Black men, we need to focus more on our entrepreneurship. Creating businesses,
Right.
learning about different assets, so we can gain those resources that Sean was talking about. Yeah, you dig? Like we got to focus on that harder, man. One thing about it is not being provided for in the job sector. If anything, we competing with our women in the job sector, and of course they're gonna put them in position before us. So now
Right. I think
you see,
I think that too though is like, do you want to support somebody that's trying to be an entrepreneur? Because we know that shit is hard. Entrepreneurship is hard on
but you
anybody.
can't expect human and women to come in trying to support you.
No. I'm not saying support. Are you willing to deal with that growth? Are you willing to deal with those, you know what I'm saying, days with that nigga broke for real? You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to finance
I'll be
his
back.
dream. All right. Are you going to be around long enough for him? Are you going to be there for him while he's going through those struggle times as an entrepreneur? Because it's a lot of steps to it. You know what I mean? Building different websites and shit like that. Are you going to be there for days when he broke? Or you just going to say, oh, nigga, you broke, you got to go? You know what I'm
And
saying?
that goes back to building together. Just because he has his mindset on his end result, he still decided to take on a family or no kids. He decided to take on a relationship. Is he ready to be in a relationship? Maybe he need to be by himself if he's not ready to be in a relationship. If he's not ready to have a family.
That's growth and
But you need
maturity
to
as well.
understand that you got a family too.
Right.
Because you can move a lot faster when you don't have kids or you don't have a girlfriend or you don't have a wife.
Right.
But since you do have these things, are you willing to, put that in perspective too? That
Right.
your wife is going to need you, your children are going to need you.
You're right about that. But that goes to even with women, when you jump out of one relationship into another, like you have to give yourself that time and that break to not only heal mentally but understand where you're going in life. And if you don't give yourself that time to rebuild your own self-esteem, to rebuild your
Yeah.
goals and focus on it, then we all come to broken relationships with broken problems and don't neither one of us know how to fix it because we're not going to go to counseling. We're not going to talk to certain people about certain stuff. I mean, like, go to counseling for real, especially if you what up, EJ? go to counseling before you get into a relationship if that's what you want. I think we all should, because that what helps. They take what they want, and these men get behind quick.
It's supposed to take 18 months for somebody to get over a relationship, but in those 18 months, there are steps that you need to take.
18 months.
18 months. That's how long it's supposed to take before someone moves into another relationship. Says every date coaching book I done read, dating book, counseling book I done read.
You can take 18 months.
Is about average.
If you in love, it's gonna take 18 months, but it shouldn't take 18 months.
I mean, it depends on how long the relationship. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. If you in love, you in a relationship for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But if you just fucking off, it shouldn't take 18 months.
Men can think that way. Men think that way. Y'all understand? Women don't think that way. We don't think that way. Men think that way.
Think what?
Y'all could go bounce, and you might be bouncing, we might be bouncing out like we don't care, but we care. So men is different.
I don't know. Yeah, y'all got the sacred treasure. We the key. You feel me? The more treasure boxes you can open, that mean you the master key.
And that's some bull.
No, it ain't.
So why I can't be a master box and get a bunch of keys?
Yeah, man, you probably can, but let's look at it like this, right? If multiple men had sex with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Raw,
mm-hmm.
that means multiple men left a piece of their DNA inside of you.
So you ain't leaving multiple pieces in other females?
Yeah, that's the key. That means the key. But we don't take in DNA like that from you guys.
Yes,
because we have the phallus. We have the external phallus. We are literally entering your body.
I'm gonna say this about that though, because this is one thing that I always thought, and I really think this is the reason why we had that double standard for women, is because when men look at women, we see grandma. We see like a safe place. And so if I see you out here fucking around with Tom, Dick, and Harry, ain't gonna be no safe place in there. Like, I mean, anybody can come in.
Still safe, baby. Grandma's still safe.
Nah, we don't see it. I'm gonna go to a different spiritual level to it as well. We truly see women as God and protectors in a way. You know what I mean? In a spiritual sense. So we look at women like, oh, you shouldn't be rocking that, or you shouldn't carry yourself like that. And if we see you carry yourself like that, then we gonna slut you out. It's the end of the discussion, you know what I mean? But if we see a certain woman carry herself a certain way, you ain't just finna up and approach her. Hey, Shawty, what you got going on tonight? I got a 40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not gonna come like that. So it's like, if we want to take you home to mama, so to speak, we want you to be our wife. Then if you out here slinging that cat everywhere, then you're not going home to mama regardless. I mean, it is what it is.
You know, etiquette is everything.
Hunching ourselves. Well, not all of us.
Huh?
We ain't out here hunching ourselves.
No, but they sure know got y'all a shit ton of toys. Niggas, goddamn roses and everything else.
Keep that dog online. Oh, it's been like 3 months. It's been like 4 months. It's been like 3 years. It's been like 2 years. That's why y'all always get that line. Because y'all want to see us in the light that we are not.
Man, listen. One thing about it.
2021. We are not single in 1968. This is not 1968.
It's not about being single. It's about an appearance. It's about what we see.
Yeah, perception is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
We hurt like we hurt. We hurt like we hurt. Okay? And I bet you'll start looking at more women like just how we look at y'all.
Men get hurt by women all the time.
I'm not saying that y'all don't. But I'm saying y'all holding us on this fake pedestal. It's 2021. The world is different. Okay.
What pedestal are men on? What Kevin Samuels
talking about? Y'all got this in this vision, this grandma vision.
Listen, man. But
see me as a person.
We can't, because the first person we see, the first person that we see as God is our mama, because we sucking juice out her titty to live. That is God in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be on a pedestal regardless of how we say or how we do. Innately, when we first come out the womb, we cling to our mothers, not our fathers. You know what I'm saying?
So we don't have heartbreak. So
you have them. You have them. We have them. But men go through heartbreaks worse than women do, because we're not built to fall in love.
So
like
why
that.
is it hard for you to understand that, us women, we don't have to pass? We've all done had a past. We
I
done
mean,
let a
listen,
bunch of
not
jokers.
nowadays. I feel like men, we've gotten less shallow. Like a lot of cats, like man, look, I ain't tripping about her past as long as she ain't got all these STDs, as
It
long as she
depend
ain't
on it
got
depend on the
TB.
body count. Now it's a limit to that body count, bro.
Man, look, man, let me
I
keep it
will tell
G.
you what we want you to know.
Yeah, end of the day, she ain't gonna
Always.
count the niggas that ain't dick or dime. No way.
Cause y'all giving it up. Y'all is easy. Just be real. Let's just say it.
What you
Dudes is
mean?
easy.
Hell yeah,
Niggas
we
is
easy.
easy.
Because
You
we
can throw
don't.
a dime in a pond and pull out 10 niggas. They is easy.
But we don't get
That
to
is
choose.
easy.
But we don't get to choose. Women get to choose. Women have the power of
Yeah.
choosing. So we have to get what's left over. Who's letting us
I don't
in the
believe that.
door?
A lot
Oh,
of people say that, and
shit.
a lot of people believe that, but I don't believe that. I believe that the man really controls the relationship, and he controls how far it goes.
Not
He
the
might.
relationship.
No. He control. Only thing that a man can control is his phallus if he decides to. But a woman open the doors and say you can have this cat. Now if
A woman get that cat and get that cat and get that cat, and we ask you $5 for gas, and there you go, gone. Where you going?
stop
That's
dealing
the
with
only
Cat no
bums.
more, man. I don't want that cat no more.
Stop
Gave me
dealing with
$5 for
bums.
gas. These ain't my kids.
Stop dealing with bums. But most men don't. We gonna get up off here because we've been on him for a minute. But most men don't look at. Wall said limit that body count. I'm telling you. But most men don't feel like we have to step in and help take care of somebody else's child. Right? It's a man thing. Ain't no explanation behind it. But the ones that do, are exceptions to the rule. You know what I'm saying? Those are exceptional men. So it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to break that
And see,
down.
why is that not held
I mean-
higher? Like, no, y'all need to be in these households with these kids.
I mean,
Because they're not our responsibility.
You need to realize that this is a mom who got children, and you need to do this.
It does not matter. Why do I have to? Why do I have to step in somebody else's place because you chose somebody with a high sperm count and don't know how to take care of kids or don't want to take care of kids? Like, why do we have to? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to pick up the slack? That's what men look at. And so when men get to a certain level, if you got kids, then nah, I ain't dealing with that. If she got this amount of kids, nah, I ain't dealing with that. That's how niggas look at it. I've been in a relationship with a woman with 4 kids. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? If I love that woman, then I got to love those kids as well. But that's the way I was taught. That's the way I was raised. A lot of niggas ain't raised like that.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about why you got to do? Because you just sat here and told me all the bum niggas I done met, because they out there and they leaving children behind. That's
Yes.
why you need to be there.
But what?
That's why more men need to step up and just say, I'm claiming this family and her children.
They gonna
and we
claim
finna do
they
this.
family, but
You
they
know-
not
you
trying
know what
to take
that
the
sign-
responsibility of another man. That's all that does.
I sound like a nigga with a cape. And a woman would dog that type of nigga out all day, twice on Sundays. Because I've seen it too many damn times before. Just because I'm gonna step up, take care of these kids and whatever, she gonna drag that nigga. A lot of the times. I would wait specifically a couple months in a relationship before I start doing stuff for kids. Just to build a connection with that woman. Me personally. I would tell any man that.
And I feel like that's what you're supposed to do, because like Devon just put down here, some women don't want you to do nothing with their kids at some time because she probably don't trust you enough yet. I mean, we can't do that.
All right.
We can't let go of our camp. We can't do that. We just can't give you the reins to our stuff when we don't know you. Your temperament.
We gonna talk about this and then we gonna jump off. So as a woman, right? How do you feel about other men coming in, stepping in with your kids? Like, if they believe in discipline, like for like whooping the child, would you let them do that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would that go?
He has to build my trust first before he can whoop my kids. I'm not going to let my children know that. You know, that's out of order. Women, if you do that in front of your kids, tell your kids, he ain't your dad, or you don't be yelling at my baby like that, you out of order. Joking or not, you out of line, because that's going to deter that child's image because they see you as authority. And when you say that in front of those kids, you are teaching those children that they don't have to respect that man, but then you want him to do more with the kids. So I feel like you're gonna have to gain trust with me. So what I do tell my friends, Okay, because I've had them come and say different things to me, like I told Zion to do this, da, da, da. I'm glad you brought it to my attention. I will talk to Zion about it. You need to come to me about my children, and we need to do it respectfully. So we need, when you go in the room, be like, come in for a minute. You see, I had told Zion, I don't need you sitting up pouting and shit in front of my kids, because if you pout in front of my kids, then I'm gonna say, look, hold up, what's going on? You pouting and stuff. Let me talk to him. That's my kid. I know how to do that. So you need to pull me to the back and be like, trust, I had told Zion and you see he ain't did it. I feel like that. Okay, well, let me talk to Zion. Thank you.
So how long does it take to build that trust?
It just depends. It just depends. It depends. It just depends. But it takes time. I gotta have your trust before I'm gonna let you just sit down and just talk to my children in any kind of way.
Like, I can only speak from experience when it comes to that though. Like, some women,
I believe you are, Devon.
Some women, like, I go overboard a lot of time with my kids, and I know I do, but some women don't allow you full range. They'll let you do certain things, and then they'll pull back in certain areas. You know what I mean?
That's out of trust.
Huh?
That's out of trust. How do you feel about a guy coming in and whooping your children?
Do what you want to do. If you correct, if they out of line, correct them. But if you ever in your life step across that boundary, you gonna have hell to deal.
The dead man.
Dead man walking.
Dead man.
I'm telling you.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's a line. Like, when kids get out of line, some kids do get disrespectful. They get out of line. I'm not saying my kids are perfect, but I don't have those problems with my kids around nobody. So if dude A walks in and now all of a sudden my child feel uncomfortable, or he keep having issues with my child, then homeboy, we got an issue, because I know my child. You know what I'm saying? I know my kids. I raised them from babies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't care if you discipline my kids, but by golly, you gonna have to be right. I started whooping my kids a long time ago. I started whooping them when they were about 8, somewhere in that area. You know what I mean? So it just depends. Like, if you in that household, you help raising them kids, then of course you got range to discipline my child to a certain extent. But if it's something I don't do, then you can't do it.
So you let these little fly-by flashy niggas just come in there and,
Oh no, my kids ain't finna go for that. Period. None of them. I ain't worried about that at all. You know what I'm saying? But
because you trust the mother to have discernment
I don't trust nothing she does.
So what you mean you don't care if you discipline your kids?
I don't care if you
your ass down.
You said if it's right. If you
right,
discipline them in the right way.
If you right and correct, then yes, you can discipline my child. But if you ever get out of pocket, I'm going to the chain gang. Or damn near going. One of the two.
I'm gonna discipline you.
Hey, and that's with her as well. For real. I don't play that shit. Like, no. Be open enough to talk to your kids so your kids can talk back to you.
But them ain't his damn kids. He shouldn't have to see about them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? What if he...
Hey, listen, ain't now nigga gotta ever see about mine. Period. You ain't never. If you want to take my baby mama and y'all go live y'all life in Cuba, nigga, go. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about it. They got somewhere to stay. They gonna always have somewhere to stay. Rain, sleet, hell, snow, fire, and brimstone.
Their father said that to me, and I honestly felt some type of way. So I was like, if I had a dude in here and he whooped your son, like, go whoop Zion. You gonna let this dude whoop? That's his business, you know what I'm saying? He trying to raise them, right? He the one that's in the house. Are you serious?
Yes, because it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
So you let this dude? I don't even trust this dude.
Listen, I'm gonna give you this story, right? I'm walking home from school on Washington Street, J.D. Dickerson. A situation happened down there by where Kenny and them grandma stayed, right? By the time I made it to Shirley Spike's house, you know, she met me at the door. I hadn't already been checked by somebody else's grandma before I even got to Shirley Spike's house. But when I got to Shirley Spike's house, I couldn't even walk in the door without getting my head knocked off, because somebody called and said something. Another situation, I was riding my bicycle somewhere, and somebody called my mama. By the time I got to the house, my mama met me. You know what I'm saying? That's that village. You can't get out of pocket nowhere in Vidalia and not be checked. You know what I'm saying? That comes to the
then though.
But
now it's 2021. These niggas is on drugs. They these niggas on
Yeah.
pills. These motherfuckers lacing their blunts, and they ain't here beating on these people chilling.
Niggas was lacing
No,
their
this
blunts back in the day too.
2021.
And
You're
niggas
not gonna
lacing,
hit on my kids.
you,
No.
niggas was
That's why he
lacing.
said, right. You got to do it right.
You got to be right. I don't care
But-
if you are right, nigga. You could be a crackhead in the street. If you right and my kid come out of pocket, shit. Hey, bro, you got handled, and I'm finna handle you again because you shouldn't have never did that.
You ain't finna put your hands on my children.
He ain't gotta put it like.
And
then
that could be the reason why, Devon, when you said some women don't want you to do nothing with these kids, what if she know that you a damn alcoholic? And she said, you know you've been drinking. Don't talk to my son that way because you out of line.
What
It could be a situation like that. Not saying you do, Devon, but I'm just saying
He
it could be
shouldn't be in the
situation.
house.
Thank you. He shouldn't be around
be
your
in the
kids.
house.
Yes, like thank you, bro.
Got
Like,
it. Let me write that down.
like, come on. If you got a problem with who he is as a person, then he shouldn't even be able to come around
He
your
shouldn't
kids.
even be
period.
there. You right.
Like,
You right.
nah. I don't even drink around my kids, dog. Like, come on, like,
Right.
Once
Even-
again, some real game. All my men out there and all the women that's trying to find a quality mate.
That's right. He shouldn't even be. That's right now.
A man should not move in with his woman.
man,
Period.
listen, I'm gonna say
That's a
this.
sign of weakness.
I'm gonna say this. What works for you works for you. Period.
Okay.
But be aware of the shit that's gonna come along with it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's working for you, if you like it, I love it, and I'm gonna let it ride like that. But I'm gonna tell you all the game that I can give you before you get in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But once you inside that situation, she gonna look at you a certain type of way, and he gonna look at you a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Just know what you want. Men especially understand what you want before you start fooling around. You know what I mean? Understand what you want in a woman. Understand what you want what your mother's child to look like. Like all those things. It's a lot. That's a totally different podcast. But before you get in these relationships, have you a checklist. It'd be accurate. Hell, get online and find a psych test and write some of them questions down. Shit works. That's all I'm saying.
Do not move in that woman's home. To all my men and women, stop moving these bum ass niggas in y'all house. When like Mayball said, if y'all ain't got that understanding, oh, you gonna do this, and this when you get in the house, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop raising bums.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it got to be a level of understanding. There's got to be a level of communication, and there's got to be a vision for y'all life if y'all moving in together. Because obviously you see being with this person.
All right, all them hearts.
Huh?
I said all them hearts going up.
It's got to be a vision for y'all life. If you don't have a vision for y'all life, then what the fuck is the point of moving in together?
That's true.
Like,
You
you just
know,
want
women
you want
just
somebody to
want to be
cuddle up.
cuddled.
You want somebody to cuddle up next to at night. I'm gonna tell you what my counselor told me. We finna jump up out of here. She told me, if you don't have time to take care of a pet, then you don't have time for a relationship.
That's
I said, well, I don't like dogs. She said, you know how to grow flowers? I said, yes, ma'am. If you can't grow flowers, you ain't got time to take care of a flower, then you don't have time for a relationship.
Yeah, that's deep. I like that.
That's deep. I like that.
So, hey, if you ain't got time, you ain't got time for her.
That's true.
If you working at McDonald's, you can't take Shawty on a decent date, that might not be who you want to be with.
That's right.
Like it's just different levels to it. Like if you established, you know what I'm saying, and you want a certain type of female, don't ride by the projects every day if that ain't the type of woman you want. Don't go to the same clubs. Go to a jazz bar or something. Hell, go find somebody at Home Depot. She at Home Depot, she at least got a house. Shit.
At least she working on something.
Yeah, she got something going on. You know what I mean? she buying flowers to plant in the garden or something. You feel me? Like it is what it is.
That's true.
Understand what you want as a person, as an individual. If you don't feel like you can take it, then don't even approach or attempt to approach that type of man or woman. That's the overall gist of it. But man, we've been on here a whole hour and 30. We finna get up out of here, man. It's a Stay Dangerous podcast. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Hold on. Real quick.
What?
So, the moral of the discussion of the day.
What's the moral?
Are
Oh
modern
my
women are
God.
modern women marriage
Or marriage
material?
material?
They are. It's just the men that they're moving into their houses. We got it.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
they not. We ain't gonna go there. Again, I think that goes to preference too, though, because like, what do you want in a woman? Like, shit.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say no though, for real. That's my opinion. I'm gonna say no.
I mean,
If you ain't got no type of old school vibe, then you ain't built for that shit. I'm
you
sorry.
just gotta step our game up, man. That's all. Everybody gotta step their game up.
Oh, we
Yeah.
most definitely need to do that.
And
Everybody.
bring truth to power, man. It's time to bring truth to power, man. We can't be insecure. We can't be shallow about it. We can't get upset when the truth hit. It's just the truth, and it needs to be understood and applied.
Right.
I mean, we're
That's
gonna
what
be
it is.
all right, like Kendrick say. We're gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right.
Hey, and if you need help, go get help, man. Go get counseling. Go talk about your relationships, because I promise you, some shit
Yes.
there that you really don't
Yes.
understand why you act the way you act. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to it. But we're gonna be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel,
Sunday
different
at
topic.
7, y'all. Tune in.
All right, y'all. Peace, love, one.
Yo.